What's up, racing fans? This is Keith with Each and Every Stride coming at you with a Florida Derby preview video. I'm really excited about this race here on the Road to the Kentucky Derby series on the Each and Every Stride YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Going to be a lot of content on the way here, and hit the like button on this video. I'm excited about this 10-horse field. Huge points on the line for Kentucky Derby to get into the starting gate for the first Saturday in May. So 100 to the winner and 50 to the runner-up. Got a lot of notable connections and some horses that are running back here at Florida, here at Gulfstream Park. So let me know who you like in the comments, and let's see how we're all going to get paid here on Saturday, March 29th. Let's talk about this talented field here of 10 horses. A lot of connections I was just mentioning that are notable and have had a lot of success here in this race in the past here in the Florida Derby. All right, so let's talk about number one, Neo Escas. This is an interesting horse that Irad Ortiz was on last time. Now, Irad Ortiz does jump off, though. You get Edgar Zayas is going to be aboard this time. This was the pacemaker and, held third place. So was really up front. And I liked how this horse did at least hold third place there in that grade 2 Fountain of Youth. This horse was 13 to 1 that day. Now 10 to 1 morning line. This for trainer Safi Joseph Jr. I know he did win the Florida Derby with White Barrio back in 2022. So you have some history there. I just think this horse may not have the experience that these other runners have. And rated by merit, this is the horse that faced rated by merit. So ran well though. Neo Escas could be at least an underneath play for me. So that was the number one. Let's talk about number two, Cool Intentions. This horse has won 2 times locally at Gulfstream Park. This horse did run, though, in the Mucho Macho Man Stakes for number 2, Cool Intentions. This has been a race that I've continued to fade, though. I was on a horse that did scratch at one point, but other than that, I faded that race altogether here. So I think that, just that race is not held up strong at all on this Kentucky Derby trail. Every horse that has run back is not really run that well or not even really been close to the board. So I know you got jockey Javier Castellano, who has a history and it did win in 2014 with Constitution. So that's cool to see that. But this is for Jorge Delgado, the trainer. Just more of a, I don't know, maybe not for me on this big Florida Derby Stakes day, but maybe one to circle in the future, see what the horse has for the future. Let's talk about number 3, Smoking Boy. This horse was recently claimed by Cheryl Weinbach for 62,500. And this is probably going to be the longest price in the field. I mean, you got 30 to 1 morning line. And this horse, ran okay. It close, has to get back to that Puerto Rican form, but in 2 starts in Florida, but had an 8th place finish in the Sam F. Davis Stakes. So just not for me in this one for the number 3. Let's talk about number 4, Distributor. Say that a couple of times, Distributor. And Disruptor. There you go. I said it wrong right there. I got it right now. Disruptor. And he's going to look to disrupt this field. That's for sure. So I like this horse. Todd Pletcher trains. Now you get Irad Ortiz. Comes to Florida. Instead of riding the Baffert horse at Oaklawn, comes to Florida. So this for Disruptor. I think that's a big telling sign that Irad is come in for the ride. Now, Todd Pletcher, pull myself on the screen here, is that Todd Pletcher really hasn't had that many Kentucky Derby prep horses at all. I mean, we just saw Vassimo run in the Louisiana Derby, just didn't really fire at all. So not many Pletcher horses here on the Derby trail. So this could be one to circle and see what the performance is going to hold. So for Distributor here, let's talk about him a little bit more. I mean, this horse was 70 cents on the dollar and broke very well from outside on the 8 post and was in the 3 path and drifted. So drifted a little bit, maybe still learning, but I think Irad Ortiz, this is a nice fit here. This horse is still figuring out, and only being his 3rd career start, this is going to be some, deep waters and stakes company. But Todd Pletcher has done really well in this race. I mean, he's won with Known Agenda, and, he won with Forte and, just a lot of for the Rapoli stables too. So, this horse is, done well in as a 2-year-old. Now you're going to look to really improve here and do well. Are we going to see a race here for Distributor? Now, it actually didn't run as a 2-year-old. So that's the thing. Didn't run as a 2-year-old. So is it going to be sort of like a Justify here? Kind of horse that 4-1 morning line. Interesting. I think it's an interesting spot for this horse. Let's talk about number 5, Indecisiveness. Now, Ruben Sierra trains. This is a long shot. And they got Jose Ruiz will be aboard. Now, this horse did finish a mile and 1/8 in an allowance. Now, this is behind a horse I'm going to be talking about, Jimmy's Dailies. And these horses didn't, face each other. The number 6 here, but no, for number 5, this horse 2 back had a nice workout for Indecisiveness, going 5 furlongs, and he was a 2 out of 20 horses in 59 seconds. So that's a quick time. Now, speed figures, they're getting better, but speed figures for this horse are better with the routes compared to that sprint attempt. So I don't know. For me, just up against it against these classy horses. And I was just talking about Jimmy's Daily. Looks like for trainer Brian Lynch. Now, Brian Lynch has done well on the Derby Trail. I know he had the Tampa Bay Derby winner, Owen Almighty. And so maybe this is another horse here for the Brian Lynch barn. Now, this horse was a local winner, breaking the maiden, and will be up against it. I think against again, these horses have been running at the class of this compared. There's a big difference. I think there's a notch below. Now, Distributor does get the services of Irad Ortiz. So Irad was on this horse originally, but Distributor's going to have Irad Ortiz. You're going to get Joel Rosario for the first time, who's a nice off-the-pace jockey and did just win the Louisiana Derby. And this is for the son of Vacoma. So we've seen what Vacoma's done, as a sire. So maybe one to circle, maybe one underneath here for Jimmy's Dailies. Let's talk about Enter the Dragon. This horse is the most experienced horse in the field. And a big monster price, 30-1. Dylan Davis will be aboard. This horse did win the Pulpit Stakes and was the runner-up in the Colonial Liam Stakes on the turf. Just a lot of different services this horse is raced and trained on. This is for Jose D'Angelo. And this horse takes on just much horses that have faced, nugget heads with the big ones here on the Kentucky Derby Trail. And this horse was purchased for only $17,000 for Enter the Dragon, and it's made over $100,000. So, good for the connections here to put this horse in, and I don't fault them at all, taking a chance here on the big stakes day at the Florida Derby. Let's talk about a horse I'm very interested in, and I bet last time at Oaklawn was Madaket Road. So this is number 8, Madaket Road. So Bob Baffert has got about 5 or 6 horses on the Derby Trail that have been making noise. This is kind of an under-the-radar horse that finished second last time that I really like. Now, this horse, it looks like the blinkers come off. So we've seen this move with Baffert before. I like it. The blinkers come off, and this is a move that Bob's been kind of known for in these stakes races. You get Tyler Gaffleone will be aboard here. Like the fit of Tyler, too. Just kind of off. I don't want this horse right on the lead. I want him up front with speed, of course, but just right off of it, the blinkers will help this horse focus. I thought he ran a game second against Cole Battle there last time at Oaklawn. Going to see what Cole Battle is going to do again in the Arkansas Derby, but I really like Madaket Road in this spot. I think he might have a trick up his sleeve for this field. Let's talk about number 9, Tapestry Street. Horse is trained by Brad Cox, and Brad Cox has had a nice weekend last weekend. I mean, he had the Jeff Ruby winner in Final Gambit, and this is something that Brad Cox, again, noticeably, we haven't seen the Brad Cox barn fire as we're accustomed to in years past here on the Derby Trail, but big win for the Cox barn last weekend there at the Jeff Ruby Stakes with Final Gambit. And for Tapestry Street, he did skip the last stakes race, though, and that was, on notice there. It was basically the horse has been trading up for this spot, so that was the plan the whole time. This horse is lightly raced and did face Burnham Square. And Burnham Square did beat him on February 1st. If Burnham Square was the winner of the Holy Bull, but Burnham Square came back to run a dull effort in the Fountain of Youth. So that's something that I kind of caught notice here. I don't know. I want to see what the tote board's going to do for Tappan Street. 5-1 morning line. Just not going to be in my plays though. I like this horse. I like the speed. The outside draw kind of hurts a little bit though, and the fact that he kind of off the layoff a little bit from that first stakes race, going to be a pass for me. But I don't fault you for taking a chance there on the lightly raced colt. Now, let's talk about number 10, Sovereignty. This horse is got a lot of buzz, man, and it looks like the Street Sense winner comes back to win the Fountain of Youth. And the only hiccup here is that Junior Alvarado. I wish him the best. I know he's gonna hopefully be healing soon. I like the timetable, but regular jockey Junior Alvarado. Now you see that on the graphic that came out before I recorded this. Is that Junior Alvarado is hurt right now, so he got sidelined for about 3 weeks. Hopefully, I wish him the best to get healthy. And we got a new jockey aboard here with Manny Franco. So just right before I recorded this, Manny Franco is going to be on Sovereignty. So this is going to be the number 10 horse, deep closer. Just got up at the wire last time. And, shout out to my friend Matthew DeSantis for the tweet. I actually saw that tweet right before I recorded this. I think it's an interesting fit, but not a lot of history there, though. Manny Franco, the combo with trainer Bill Mott. So this is for Sovereignty. This combo of Manny Franco and Mott, they're only 2 for 31 in the last 4 years when they team up. So interesting, not really much success there for Sovereignty, but listen, just got up at the wire last time. I think this horse has got all the talent in the world. Outside draw doesn't really bother me that much for this deep closer, but 8-5 morning line as a horse player, I'm going to try to beat him. He's going to be my third pick, but I'm going to try to beat him in this one. Let's talk about how we're all going to get paid or how I'm going to get paid, and let me know who you like in the comments as well. So I like number 8, Madicat Road. I think Baffert listen, he ships his horses with a purpose. This horse is working very well right now. Now, a lot of buzz is that Barnes is we don't know what's going to happen with Barnes on the Derby Trail. We see Madicat Road. Cornucopian is going to be stretching out for the first time this weekend at the Arkansas Derby. So these horses, Baffert's shipping them. I like Madicat Road in this spot. This is the horse that usually was like the 5th or 6th talked horse in the Baffert barn. I think it could be a coming out party. I think this horse is going to get a nice trip with Tyler Gaffleone. He's going to be my top pick there. Number 8, Madicat Road. And Disruptor, number 4, Disruptor. Irad decides to ride here rather than going to Oaklawn. Very telling sign. And Pletcher has won this race many times with the Rapoli stables. So this is for connections that know how to win this race. In my third pick, I was just talking about him. Number 10, Sovereignty. Deep closer. You had to see this horse make up such ground at the wire last time there. So it was, logical choice for me. I think the fact that Junior Alvarado is not riding, I don't know what that's going to do for the tote board or the bettors, if they even care. But I just, 8-5 morning line. I want to try to create some value in this one. I am going to be boxing these 3 horses, though. So it's going to be 8, 4, 10 for me. This horse, Sovereignty, has already punched his ticket to the Kentucky Derby. It's that fine line as a horse player. We got Coal Battle in the Arkansas Derby. He's already punched his ticket as well for the first Saturday in May. And I was saying these horses, I'll put myself on the screen here. These connections, they still want to win these big stakes races. I mean, these are $1 million races here. So they're all in. They want to win for sure. Thank you, guys. That's how I'm going to play this Florida Derby. So big race here in South Florida. One of the biggest days of South Florida for the year. I mean, you could say the Pegasus and then the Florida Derby. But let me know who you like too as well. And you're checking out the Each and Every Stride YouTube channel. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Like this race a lot of talent. It's going to be a big weekend. Got the Arkansas Derby and the Florida Derby the same day. So it's going to be a big shakeup with the Kentucky Derby preps and the point leaderboard. And before you know, we got Kentucky Derby Future Pool 6. So let me know if you have any future tickets as well at big odds. But thank you so much for the support here and checking out the video on the Each and Every Stride YouTube channel. See you next time, and let's cash big on Saturday.